Welcome to the shooting show. This week it's motorway pigeons with Geoff down in Essex, and we bring you all the latest news from the shooting world.
Today is a day I thought I might not see this year. It's been a hard year for me on pigeons. For some reason or other, they just disappeared last year. So it's been a struggle to shoot a few pigeons on here. But over the last sort of week, 10 days, it's been noticeable that there's a few pigeons beginning to get on a field of rape next to the M11. And I've been watching it for the last sort of like week, coming here about sort of 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon and watching the pigeons build up. So come weekend, I let the farmer know, or the farm manager know that I was coming here. And we just come here to try and help them out. Because when I looked at it in the week, it was actually, they were doing a considerable amount of damage. So the idea was I'd come here today and have a go at them. We're on the enforcer decoys, the full body decoys. I start with a normal 10. I came here this morning, first thing, had a little look, just weighed it up, you know, on the day, although I've been watching it for some time, on the day, it's just nice to just come and have that little last look. Just make sure that things are still going, that I've, you know, like the way I've been watching them, and just to save a little bit of time, because obviously, you know, we lose time when we do this sort of thing, the filming. I thought I'd just come up here, save half an hour, and build a hide where I want to go. So when we turned up, we can literally just sort of put the decoys out, get everything out, put it in the hide, and off we go. We are next to the M11, but we're on a very, very high bank where I would think if you was to look at the carriageway, it's got to be 50 metres below us, and at the angle of the bank, so it's a fair way away from us. We've got a thick sort of bank of trees and hedge plants and shrub plants between me and the motorway, plus the fact all my shots will be outwards. I would have to be very careful on shooting stuff that's come towards me, or stuff that might have any chance of landing on the motorway side, banks, whatever it might be. So everything will be in front of me, all the shots will be in front of me to take any risk away. But we're right on top of the bank. It's the place to go because that's where the pigeons are doing the most damage. I mean, basically, they literally come over the motorway, whoomp, just straight onto the field. We're just literally behind the actual fence. I mean, the couple of boughs that I cut off to make us a space there, I just put the net up like I always do, and just use the boughs just in front of it, just to blend it in. So hopefully the idea being is that the pigeons come up there, they don't see anything coming out, you know, intruding into the field. It looks natural as we can make it, and hopefully it'll fool the pigeons. where I made the hide, there's a little ridge. So there's a little bit of a hill, come up there. Then there's just on the ridge, and it's sort of flattened out. And the area where the pigeons had been hammering, that was either side of the ridge. So I thought if I go on the top of the ridge, put a few decoys on the sort of the slope side and a few on the flat side. Most of the decoys today, the enforcer ones, I had just up to the first tram line. So it's about 20 metres from the hedge outwards. Just had them, because the wind, as we was facing out of the hide, the wind was a north-easterly wind, which was actually blowing near enough down parallel with the motorway. So the decoys were there. So I wanted the birds to come swinging up over the motorway, swing up, come straight across in front of me. So we had the enforcers out there, which done the job. The first couple of hours, probably shot the bulk of the bag in the first couple of hours. I mean, they were coming over the motorway, not used to anything like this, waiting for them, coming in, decoying in or flying by. I was getting a lot of birds that were coming over the motorway, and just you could see them coming through the trees, so I could get ready and shoot them as I was going over the decoys. So yeah, it was good. It's a 3-shot auto. The Marocchi, that's the second time I've used it, shooting half choke. And it's just a very nice gun. I mean, I'm not the best people to give reviews on guns, I'm afraid to say. You know, I can't stand here and tell you the rib size, the stock size, the hell length, the barrel, the stock, and all things like that. What I do know, from my point of view, that it's a very comfortable gun to use in the hide. It's very easy mountable. There's quite a few times when the gun's like that up against my little stand that I've got, pigeons have darted in over the top of the hedge in the thingy, and you can just pick it up, swing it in, into the shoulder, melts very smoothly. Shooting the Eley cartridges, I do like them. I know we have a lot in common with these, but they are a very good cartridge, all fibre, 32 grams HV cartridge and the 30 gram Pigeon Select, and they seriously do the job. Because the gas gun was there, I just left it there. Thought perhaps there's no need to move it because they've been used to it. Obviously we turned it off, but it became quite apparent that they wasn't liking it. You know, they were coming close enough for a shot, but just staying that distance away. So I moved the gas gun, put it side of the hide, and it changed. I mean, we then had pigeons just coming in, decoying in, really good. So yeah, it's good. And then as the afternoon sort of wore on, I was expecting sort of 4 o'clock onwards to have another big hit, which it came in moderation. But when you're sitting here amongst 250 acres of rape, and then you can look across the fields and there's another 250 acres of rape, I think the pigeons obviously got wise to it, and the bulk of them started to filter out to the other fields, the other side of this field, the ones across the way. And then it slowed up, but we're still getting steady shooting, but it was nowhere near like it was around the dinner time when we first got here. Total bag, 115 pigeons for 116 shots. No, total bag, 115 pigeons. We've fired best part of 180 cartridges through it today. Never faulted, no problem at all. So from a pigeon shooting hide gun, it fits the bill. I keep going on about it, but we've had a very lean year for pigeons, and this is the first day we've just hit April, the first week in April, and it's the first day that I've shot over 100, which is very unusual for this area. I wouldn't say that we've seen thousands and thousands today, but we have seen enough, and what have come in ones and twos and threes, so and they've decoyed. So you can build a bag up when it's like that, but it's just very nice to go out again, get into the three figures, because that's the golden number that people like to go for, get into three figures, and also while we're doing it, help the farmer out in the crop protection.
Geoff there, eventually getting it right with the wood pigeon marauders. And now, it's the Shooting Show News.
This is the Shooting Show News. The next generation of shooting was on show at the British Schools and Young Shots Championship on Saturday, and Josh Benyon was crowned the overall high gun. Smashing a full set of 50 clays on the red course at Atkin Grant and Lang, Josh shot admirably to beat some of the nation's most promising young shots, including last year's young shot high gun Alfie Tibbles. Meanwhile, Tom Owen was the overall winner on the blue course, while Amy Hedgecock was crowned the top ladies individual. Reese Powell triumphed on the basket course for under 14s. And in the team events, Bloxham School completed a successful 1-2. The A-team fought off tough competition on the red course, scoring 212 out of a possible 250, while the B-team took pole position on the blue course, hitting 204. Look out for a full report in the next issue of Clay Shooting magazine. The general licences saga rumbles on, with no sign of an immediate resolution. While shooters wait for more of the new general licences to be released, BASC has warned policymakers that the need for pest control has not gone away. And it's called for a back-to-basics approach, simplifying the licences so that their detail fits on a single page and anyone can understand how to control pest bird species without breaking the law. For now though, BASC says Natural England just needs to sort today's mess out. A survey that reviews performances of game shoots across the UK is now open for submission. Complete the game benchmarking survey by the 24th of May and you'll receive a detailed report on the results, with benchmark figures for small, medium and large-sized shoots. This could help you compare the costs of your shoot with others nearby and revise them accordingly. Head to the GWCT website to find out more. And finally, we'll see you at the Northern Shooting Show, now just 9 days away. Returning to the Yorkshire Events Centre for the fourth time, the show's got plenty on for shooters of all kinds, from airgun and 2.2 ranges to a picturesque clay line and product launches from the biggest names in the shooting industry. We'll be there too, roaming the aisles for news or hanging out at the sporting rifle, clay shooting and airgun shooter stand. Don't forget, under 16s get free entry when accompanied by a paying adult. That was the Shooting Show news.
Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you're not a member of BASC, it's time to join now. BASC, looking after your sport, looking after you. This has been The Shooting Show.